Hey y'all, what's going on? My name is Duchess C, and we're back with another video on sugar daddy do's and don'ts. In the last episode, I gave you guys tips on how to take action initially, on what to do, what to say within your first conversation of talking to the guy, and I ate with them tips, okay? Those tips are golden. I need y'all to go check it out if you haven't already, but now we're doing a part 2 to the list of things I do when speaking to these men. If you don't already know, I use sugardaddymeet.com to meet the men who provide these things for me because that's where I've had the most luck. I don't get luck on these social media apps like that, really. On sugardaddymeet.com, we're all there for a purpose, and we all know the purpose, we know the plan, so it's really easy and straightforward. But let's get into the rest of the tips. After you do the whole introduction phase on what you like to do, who you really are, then you guys need to ask about them. What they like to do, what they like to eat. Whatever you told them, just ask it back. They love to be heard. They love to be understood. They just love a conversation. If you're asking them about themselves, they're gonna be so warm inside, so happy, so giddy, which makes them more generous. Like, that's what they like to hear. And honestly, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing to want to know who the person you're talking to is. Like, it's really just a normal conversation you would have as if you're going on a date, except it's just a different type of relationship, and that's okay. So I feel like that's very important when you're talking to these guys. Whenever I ask a guy about themselves, the way the conversation just lights up in a positive way, I think it's a good type of thing to initiate off rip, a good type of relationship, because then it's just like whenever he asks you, you ask him back, and they like that. Won't you like that? It's proven that people love to talk about themselves. I think that's a study somewhere, and it's true. You know it's true. I know it's true. Like, come on. The next tip is a little more strategic. This is when we can start getting into, like, okay, how much money we about to be playing with right now, okay? You're gonna ask this guy, where is he from? Born and raised, where does he live now? All those things. And when he answers, you ask, oh, what did you do out there? Or what do you do out there? That's basically asking, oh, so what do you do for work? Indirectly, without coming off like too forward, you know? Oh, I love this trick. It's so fun. It is so fun. So what'd you do out there? What did you do out there? So what'd you do out there? Oh, I work for yada, 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 yada. That's when you get them. Then it's kind of like, okay, ballpark, you know what you're working with this guy. You know, like, okay, is he making 6 figs, 5 figs, 7 figs, 8 figs, 10 figs? Like, you know, these are things that are important. And even just the type of guy you want to interact with, if he's like, say, if he works a job where he's more busy, you might not want to talk to him. If you want to talk, if you want to actually communicate with him a lot, you might not want to talk to a guy who has long hours. On the other hand, if the guy's an entrepreneur and he works for himself, you still might not want to communicate with him because you don't want to talk to him that much, you know? So it kind of just depends on personal preference of what kind of guy you want to just be in communication with. Another thing to remember is if he does not have the job that you're in the slightest bit interested in, you may not even want to talk to him because you're going to be hearing about how his days go and how his job was and how it works. So if he's someone who's in finances and you don't give a dang about numbers and stuff, you may not want to do that. If he's in the medical field, you don't want to hear about blood and people dying and stuff, you might not want to talk to him either, you know? It's not always about send me money, send me money, send me money. That's the goal, but you have to be able to tolerate a few things and treat him like a human being, you know? After you learn his occupation, what he does, he might ask you back. Once you guys have that conversation, then you can go into asking him like how he likes to show his love or how he likes to give. What's he like to do to show his appreciation? Like, just simple things like that. That will also give you a special insight of like, okay, is he gonna waste my time or is he gonna actually be giving the way I want him to give? Does he give more sentimental? Does he give more expensive, you know? And it's just like, what do you prefer? I know what I prefer. But we're all different, you know? So there's like a couple ways to sneak in certain questions or like information you want to learn without being too direct or without being disrespectful. You know, there's ways that you can finesse the system, which I really love, and that's what I'm gonna keep telling you guys because it's very important. Honestly, it's really important just to build that relationship and that connection off rip about things that he does, that he may do, because later on, days later, weeks later, You can bring up certain things that he's interested in, and that, at the end of the day, bring you more money, because he's like, oh, she listens, oh, she cares, oh, she hears me. And that's all these men want, is to be heard and to feel like they're needed. So play your role and he'll play your role, sister. Like, come on. It's simple. It's really simple. But all in all, that was the last tip I'm going to tell you guys in this episode. Stay tuned for the next future episodes for more information on how to bag a sugar daddy. My name is Duchess C once again. Bye.